It's compelling, it's cutthroat, it's chaotic, it's clever, it's controversy and chaos, baby.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Controversy and Chaos. This is episode number 5.
Yes.
Yep. Right? Yes.
Five-star chick.
Episode
Big
number
five.
5. Yes. I'm excited. We have been
That's
consistent.
exciting.
We've made it 5 episodes.
Yeah. Bravo to us,
Big
brother.
deal.
Brother.
Things are getting pretty
It
serious.
is. Yeah. It's no more like on a date kind of nervous. It's like we're in a full-fledged relationship here. Like we're in this.
I think 5 is still like a soft launch relationship. It's like I'm gonna post you,
Post your
but you
wine.
got no. It's like I'm gonna post you, but you're gonna have sunglasses on and a hat, and I'm not gonna tag you. And you're gonna be looking down at your phone when we eat dinner. That's soft launch.
Mhm.
All right. So
Mhm.
when does this thing get like serious?
Oh no, soft launches are still serious. But
okay.
I think once it gets like, oh, that's my man, and I'm gonna tag you in a post, probably like 10.
All right. Okay. So 5 more to go, and we're working on it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. So Michelle, give us the line of the day because I need to redeem myself because Sierra beat me last week.
I really hope they can know this one. Speaking of cockroaches, we was your antennas when them 2 niggas was robbing me.
What?
Michelle.
Speaking of your antennas, where was wait, speaking of cockroaches, where was your antennas when them 2 niggas was robbing me?
Okay, is this a 90s thing?
Not at all.
It's a recent thing?
Recent?
In a way.
Okay, I need another hint.
The 2010s? Yeah.
Pimp.
Did Cat Williams say this?
In what movie?
Oh, First Sunday. Friday after that, or Friday, whatever. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, why did I say First Sunday?
Yeah,
Yes, Friday after
Recent,
whatever.
Michelle, that was like 30 years ago. That's not recent.
That's not
No,
recent
I
at all.
said yes, it's recent because I thought y'all would have been like, oh, Club Shay Shay.
Michelle, no,
No,
we're talking about the actual movie or where you got the line from.
Well, I didn't say 90s. I said absolutely not.
So it's not
That's
recent.
not even absolutely not. That's more of like, yeah, no, it's not, but
it was like 2007, Sierra. It was not the 90s. Actually, when did Friday the Next come out?
not 2007.
2007.
2002.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it wasn't that
That's
far.
how I'm like,
My bad, Holmes.
Yeah. That was a hard one. I don't know. Do I get that point or no? I don't really feel like
you do get that.
It took me 2 guesses.
Well, no. Well, I think that's a 50-50 because I got Cat Williams said it. And then that was the catalyst, and I gave her the answer.
All right, you got 1.5. She got 1.5.
Okay, we could draw. Whatever.
There we go.
I was surprised to hear my stomach growl just now. I promise I'm not hungry.
Ew.
Are you sure?
Well, I haven't eaten all day. But
I'm not hungry.
I actually ate today.
Oh, what you eat?
I had some fried rice from Sardi's that I got yesterday, and I had 3 wings that I got yesterday that I didn't finish. So leftovers.
Sarah be like, I had a coffee and a cigarette. Like, I am protein down today. Like, no, ma'am. Actually, you need to eat.
Okay. I didn't eat today, so
Dang.
What you wait for?
There we are. Well, we went to get something to we went to get something to eat, and the African American owned locations. I'm like, how is it taking an hour and a half? I was like, baby, give it to me to go. So it's downstairs. When this is over, when we're finished recording, I'm going to actually eat. I have food, just don't have time to eat it. But anyway, so
he knew what he was doing. And he ain't
exactly. Not one lie told.
He said,
not one lie told. And it really sucks because there's some really good places in Atlanta. It just, I don't even want to talk about it. Because it just be getting me upset. It just irritates me because I want so much more for our people, and I need them to get it together.
Yeah, that is definitely a topic that we all could go on and on and on and on and on about, because We love supporting our people, but sometimes they just
But you
be
know what?
needing a
I
break.
must say, Toast, count your days. Your parking lot makes no sense for the amount of traffic you have. Because I was disappointed that during my last trip to Atlanta, we was late. But still, during my last trip to Atlanta, we weren't able to go to Toast.
We
Because
couldn't even
y'all
get a parking. We couldn't even get a parking spot.
That's
yeah.
crazy.
We couldn't get a like. We haven't been there, Sierra, but like
Mm-mm.
their parking lot situation is in a shopping center, so there's other things, and it's not a huge lot to begin with for all of the shared parking, and then behind it is a residential area, so there is more parking, but it's blocked off because it's just for the apartments that are back there. So it's like an actual gate. So usually on the weekends they have valet. But we went. It was a Friday, so they didn't have any. So yeah, that's why we were late because of, and we had to go somewhere else. Anyhow, remember we went? Never mind. It wasn't that long ago. It was just a couple weeks. Anyway, moving on.
I was about to say, why are you acting like this is 2 years ago?
Anyhow, I'm gonna change some shit around. So let's just go ahead and get our beverage check out the way. I have been drinking a lot more than normally, so I need to hydrate. I feel so freaking dehydrated right now. It doesn't even make sense. So yes, I have water. Judge your mama, not me. I have to get it together. So
that's fine.
We're in a water kind of day.
Listen, I know a lot of people who are doing dry January. I'm not one of those people because I don't really drink that much anyway, so I didn't feel the need to do it. But today, I guess I'm the only one drinking. I have a spiked strawberry lemonade. It's just some strawberry lemonade from my fridge with little Tito's and a little spritz of, how you say it? LaCroix? Yeah.
LaCroix? Okay.
Yeah.
Little bubbles.
Yeah. It's really good. It's refreshing, very light, very cute.
Okay. I'm having a green tea from Dunkin'. I'm having a dry January, and also I gave up coffee, and I think that we're in for the long haul. I haven't had withdrawal, and it's going well.
Oh, okay.
Why would you do that?
I just wanted to. I didn't like the way it was making me feel.
Oh, okay.
And I love my good seasonal drinks. So it wasn't.
I'm gonna forever be on the crack. I'm not coming off of it.
I think for me, there was a point where I was drinking coffee every day, like a couple years ago, but not anymore. Now I drink coffee probably like 2, maybe 3 times a week, but really like twice a week.
It got to making the U-turn after daycare drop off, and I was like, "You don't have to turn in here. You don't have to turn in here." And that's how I needed to give it up, because why do I turn into Dunkin' Donuts every time I'm going home? Or why do I have to? I'm like upset, got an attitude when I don't have any pods in the house to make coffee. So that's how I know I'm getting rid of some addictions. So it kind of fell in there with my addictions.
Okay. Well,
we understand.
Good for you guys. I am never giving up the coffee. Never, 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 never. I do drink coffee every single day. I will continue to drink coffee every single day. I don't want to give it up.
That sounds like you do need to give it up.
I don't want to.
When we talk about how some people just like put stuff down, some people have to like completely get rid of those habits. I'm one of the people who have to like completely get rid of. There is no. It's either to the extreme or it doesn't exist at all. Like
there's no gray.
I don't have a gray area for stuff like that. So I had to like really tell myself no.
I mean, yeah.
Well, I love that for you.
Dang.
Good
thing.
Start the year
I'm
strong.
only gonna have one drink. I can't be the drunk auntie at the cookout today.
It's okay. Remember that one day that y'all was calling me out because I had a martini in my hand? Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Yeah.
I was like, it's midday. What's going on? You all right?
Beverages, very uneventful today.
Very nice.
Very, very uneventful today. But I actually want to just like, before we really get started in today's topic that I'm really excited about, like catch up with you guys.
Oh my gosh. Catch up.
So I want Michelle to go first.
Okay, good.
I don't know. I'm down 8 pounds since the beginning of the year.
Okay.
I've been eating raw food all week. I went to Longhorn yesterday for my 75th birthday. I don't know. That's her spot. She used to go with her girlfriends during the week. So she wanted to go with all the girls yesterday. And I had steak and my chest was so tight. I had a little 6-ounce filet, y'all. And my chest was so tight. I was like, I shouldn't eat that shit. But I've been eating raw food, like, my quinoa bowls. Not because I'm depriving myself, but like I'm trying to get back into cooking, and that's stuff that I used to like really enjoy cooking, like colorful food, like a bird, as Terry would say. So
say you eat like a squirrel, but
like a squirrel.
Yeah, you eat like a squirrel.
Food is, I'm enjoying it. I'm eating yogurt and my oats every morning. I think it's more about me being intentional about actually eating more than it is like, oh, let me eat something that's healthy or raw. Like just making sure I eat and I have time to eat. So I'm making things that I have time to make. Been making sure that I read my devotional at night. I read my books at night. Like I'm on my second book of the year already. It's the 15th. So I don't know. I didn't remember for the beginning of the year. I said, I don't really got no major goals. I just was like, oh, let me try this and see if I stick to it because I'm getting rid of some habits. So let me pick some new habits back up. I'm planning a maternal health event for Maternal Health Awareness Day on the 23rd. And that's finally at the point where I'm like sending people emails, y'all post a flyer, doing run of show kind of stuff at work. So I don't know. I will be glad when January is over because I'm working very hard at work during the week, but all is well. No complaints so far. And I hope I don't have any this month.
Good. We love that.
Yeah.
We love that. Okay, let's see. What are my updates? I don't have any major ones, but as far as health wise, right? So I signed up for this like what is it, 6 or 8 week? I don't know how long it is, but it's a Pilates class. It's once a week and it starts February 6th. So I'm excited about that. So leading up to that, I've been waking up every day and doing like soft yoga, like stretching and like mindfulness, kind of a little bit of meditation in there because y'all know my mind just goes. So that's been really good, adding that to my morning routine. Speaking of morning routine, I've been able to sleep peacefully because my 18-month-old was going through a sleep regression. And instead of just letting her go through it, I said, you know what? I'm reclaiming my time. Girl, get in that bed, go to bed now. So we just been putting her like, I'm like gentle parent, but like not all the way gentle parent. So before we were like, rocking her to sleep, but the white noise, like, patting her, all that stuff. Like she was a newborn. Now for the past 2 weeks, go to bed. I'll put your little lights and your noise machine on, and that's it. She still cries, but it doesn't even bother me anymore. I act like I don't hear it. And yeah, so that's been going pretty good. What else? Business is doing great. Like this past week, I've had like 10 consultation calls that have generated me some business, and we love that for me. And yeah, things are just going really, really good for this new year so far.
Good. I love that for y'all.
Yeah.
Michelle is eating her food, back to her squirrel diet. I love that for you. That's typical. No, but that's like typical you. You always eat like a squirrel.
Yeah, it is.
You've
always been that way.
I enjoy quinoa and nuts
because you just want to eat nuts and berries, like all like as your like core meal. And I'm like, y'all got some Chips Ahoy in this bitch, like.
No, you came over my house. You was like, "Where's the snacks?" I was like,
"Yes." If I come to Michelle's house, I'm stopping at Wawa to get something. Even like when I used to stay at Sierra's house, I'm stopping at Royal Farms to get me something to drink.
Oh yeah,
I just know.
I did.
At points,
let me explain.
Sierra didn't keep juice in the house, or if she did, it was a very small amount, and it was always ocean spray, some kind of ocean spray, crayon something. So like that shit is expensive. You don't want house guests coming up drinking your $4 juice all up. Hell no. So I just know myself. So going to Sierra's house, I'm hitting the Royal Farms across the street. Let me get my juices and shit. A ginger ale, some juice, and some chips, and I'm straight. Your house, I gotta have snackage because you don't have nothing, and I'm not finding eat no dry fucking fruit. No.
I told my mom, and now I have to rethink this. I just told my mom I can't wait until I can start like posting and stuff at my house because I like a little cheese tray and wine. But now that I'm thinking about it, in my fridge there's juice for my child. There's water on the floor because I keep the cases of water on the floor. So I could
gotta stay black.
exactly.
Keep your water on the floor.
Keep it on the flow.
And that's it. I think I got some fresh pressed juice from Wegmans and some raw cranberry juice. I literally don't have juice. It's so sad.
No, I just started
like,
buying juice again, like recently.
Some pineapple juice on the bar, but like, I don't know if you're gonna find a refreshment.
So it's just like if I come to your houses, I know what to expect. I already know what I'm getting myself into. So why would I like stop my fun? No, I'm just gonna hit the gas station real quick before I come over.
Listen,
like
it's
totally
water.
fine.
We got water.
They got water. I never have to bring water. But others,
like, I wonder what color your pee is. Like, y'all niggas ain't got no water. I've gone to somebody's house and I was like, I don't have to go to the store to go get water. What's going on?
Yeah, no. Like, I feel like you should always keep water in your house. Like, I always have water in my house. Usually, I don't like cold water. When guests come, I have specific guests that I know like cold water. I'll put a couple bottles in the refrigerator just for them. But otherwise, I always have water. Juice, I actually don't even drink a lot of juice. I probably drink juice once a day. And that's usually with dinner.
Yeah. Oh my God,
I don't really
me
drink
too.
juice like that. I drink it with dinner.
In the morning, I have like a shot of orange juice. Me and Celine, we like cheers and do like a shot of orange juice. And then the rest of the day is just water. And then dinner, it'll be like a little juice.
I'm getting a camera in the house next time I'm over there. What is wrong with y'all?
What? It's fun.
Listen, you gotta make your day exciting. Start it off with a bang.
Cheers.
Oh God.
But yeah, so like this week, I feel like the last like week or so has been like fine. But you know how like when I told y'all like what I want to do for like 2024, like my goals and shit like that, I wanted to do like a lot of like self-discovery, right? And a part of that, which kind of dawned on me the last week, I'm always joking like I want to be off the fucking strongest soldiers list. I still want to be off, but instead of like looking at it like externally, like trying to figure out like the role that I play in being on said list.
Okay.
So I'm in this whole like process, I'm trying to just like take situations, even things that just like might piss me off and annoy me, and not really look at it from like the other person's perspective, like if somebody's doing something to me, but the role that I play in and how I respond and how I can respond differently. Or if it was an adequate response, that's just an adequate response. But in this situation, I'm like, okay, what role do I actually play in kind of like my own downfall? So like Harper is not home right now. She's with her grandfather. We were supposed to go pick her up this morning, but he was like, she was having a great time. She could stay an extra day. Okay. Like usually I would be like, I don't like feeling like I just kind of like throw my kid on other people. I'd be like, oh no, we can get her, whatever. She's supposed to be home, but there's no school tomorrow. You want to keep her?
Have at it.
Keep her.
Yeah.
Say less. I will come and bring some fresh clothes to your house. Here's her stuff. Bye. I'm not taking her. Y'all have fun with that. But even just like little things like that, knowing that I don't ask for help even though I need the help, kind of is my own way of like keeping myself on that list, because now I have all these other things going on, whereas I could have offloaded something, even though it may seem like a minor thing, just been like, no, I don't want that. I don't want to do that. Somebody else can help because I actually have other things that I could do. So I just feel like, part of it is just like really like kind of checking myself and just being like, what's the problem if you ask for help and you need it? It doesn't make me less than if I don't do it all myself.
Yeah,
it's fine.
I think even with that in my mind, because I have the same problem, but it's like when you do ask someone for help and it's like okay, hold on, let me see, and then I'll let you know. Okay, forget it. This is why I don't ask nobody for help. You know what I mean?
I'm not asking like no strange people that I know that the answer is going to be no.
No,
but even just like,
but it's like in
But even
general,
just
like it could be something simple, like, oh, can you do X, Y, and Z? And you're like, oh, well, I'm doing something right now, but I could do it in X, Y, and Z amount of
Yeah, the
time.
answer should have been no.
In my head, it's like, just say no, because next
Yeah.
time I ask you, it's going to be no again and again and again. But that's a negative outlook, so don't listen to me.
Yeah, so it's just like I'm trying to not have like the negative outlook on things. Like sometimes I don't ask people for help because I like things very a specific way.
Mm-hmm.
And when somebody doesn't do it that way, I'm like, now you're pissing me off
go
because
behind you and just do it
now
again.
I gotta go behind you and do it again. But I'm really trying to just be like, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
If the bread is on the wrong shelf, really, what does that even fucking matter if it's on the wrong shelf? Okay, because I like things in a specific way, specific place. Like if you put some shit in the wrong place, I will go back behind you, take shit off said shelves, and put it back. And I'm like, okay, I feel better. But why did I just waste my time doing that?
Could be OCD. I know that's my problem.
Yeah, but like, I don't need that. I just be causing myself
so particular about things, and it's like you have to remind yourself, like you live with other people, you're around other people.
Yeah, and other people can do it. I don't have to be the sole person to do everything. I'm trying very hard to not add to my own stress level. I'm trying to decrease said stress. And I feel like this is helping me. So now when like even like calling about, oh, do you want me to pick up dinner? Usually I'd be like, no, even if it's still 7:00 and I'm still working, I'm like, no, I'll make dinner. And then I'm just like, fuck, I don't even want to make dinner.
Right.
When I could have just been like, yeah, whatever you decide to pick up, it's fine. Just pick it up. Because in my mind, I'm like, I feel like I'm supposed to like make dinner and all of these different things, but sometimes I just don't have the fucking energy. So no. So when those opportunities present themselves, rather than trying to just continuously add on to an already hectic load, I'm like, nah, we're going to offload that. You want to pick up dinner? Great. You pick up dinner. You take her to her activities? Great. Take her to her activities. I don't need to be involved in that. It doesn't make me less of a parent, less of a wife if I'm not doing these said things. You know?
I agree.
So that was just like one thing, but I really was just like, okay, what role do you play in being on this list? Because I'm coming off. I'm coming off in the sense of I can't control like external factors, but the things that I can control,
yeah,
I'm gonna just get out of my own fucking way.
I love that.
I'm reading this book. I'm trying not to talk about it, but it's so relevant here because the author of the book was talking about how, as in her role as like a parent, she kept trying to control stuff. Like she had all her hopes up for what her kid was gonna look like because what the first kid looked like, and then she was disappointed. She was like, "Wait, what? What happened? Like I dreamed this up before, and the baby looked exactly like what I thought about." And then she was like, I just started trying to control everything once the baby actually got there. And then she was like, true love is not trying to control or for things to be perfect. It's just like making sure that I show up in the ways that show that I'm concerned. I'm concerned about this person. I'm concerned about these people and that I love them, but I don't have to have my hands on it at all times. Like they know that I care about them, but that does not mean that I have to be like self-sacrificing at all times in order to show that. One day, I'll bring an excerpt next time. The book is like in my phone. But I feel like it was so relevant there, and I love that because like yesterday I had went out and it was like pretty late, and I had told the person I was with like I wasn't gonna like tell you I was around so we could like hang out because I don't usually like to hang out when my daughter is with me, and they were like, "Why?" Like especially like you around your family, like you're in New Jersey, she could just stay with your family. I was like, no, I feel like, usually when you see me or when I go out with y'all, like y'all, she's with her dad because I feel like a bad mom when I don't drop her off to her dad. Like if I'm going out and I'm hanging out all night or I spend the night out and she's not with her dad. And they were just looking at me like, what? I didn't realize how dumb it sounded like an hour later.
That's a normal feeling though, because it's like, yes, it's mom guilt, but I think society in general makes you feel like once you're a mom, like this is what it is. Yes, you can have a life, but you have to plan that life and those activities around what your child is already have planned to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, that's not fair. Like, that is not
Yeah.
fair at all.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I feel like even
Or
when I
even-
travel to my parents' house, like obviously because we live in a different state, sometimes it's a little bit easier because they actually like enjoy spending time with Harper. So it'd be fine. But sometimes even like if we're just in the house and she's there, they be looking at me and Colin like, why are y'all here? Like y'all don't want to go out and do something? And I'll just be like, oh, no, I didn't think about it. Like,
can I leave her?
I didn't like think about it. You know, so a lot of times I just be there. I'm like, if we're not doing nothing like specific that we had already previously planned, then we'll just be there. Or like if he goes out with his friends, one of us would be there, or you know, vice versa. But a lot of times they would just be like, okay.
Y'all know my favorite meme.
Bye. Yeah, so I feel like I've been better in like recent years because y'all know for the summertime, like, girl, get out, get on the plane. I'm gonna drop you off.
Yeah.
And I'll see you in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
I don't feel bad about it because she enjoys it. My family enjoys it. So I just be like, y'all ready to sign up for your year next year? Like what time frame? I can mark this on my calendar. And I do. So I'm just like, you know, when people used to send their kids down south for the summer, Harper, go up north. Go with your people. Bye.
South no more. I need some down south family. Well, y'all be sending Harper up here, so I can't send her down there. But I need some down south, some old people that don't work.
What old people?
What old people do you know that don't work?
All the old people I know is not capable of taking care of my child. They don't have the
and
energy.
the only person I do know they ain't sent for her yet. Like, what you waiting for? Send for.
I will send that.
I will go shopping right now for the summer clothes.
Listen, I will put that shit on a payment plan immediately.
Paying for.
Not the afterpay. Do y'all prefer afterpay or Klarna, whatever it's called?
It's both. They both you paying for both.
No,
I don't know. No, but I'm saying like because they're all the same thing, though.
But Klarna, I think you can break it up into 6 payments now.
Yeah, I say you can break it up to 6 payments if you would like.
Zip Pay. All right. Listen.
I don't know about Zip Pay. I never did that.
I never heard of that.
But I bought a wig that was $600 before, and I bought it on Zip Pay because I didn't have $600 to drop on it. It was my first bang wrap after I had my kid. It was like
you spent $600 on a wig. Where's that wig now?
It's still good. It's in my bathroom, hanging up on the shelf.
Is it virgin hair?
It's virgin hair.
Oh, okay.
I don't like it no more because I cut it, and it's like the bang is not hanging over my eyes the right way no more. But it lasted from 2021 to 2023.
Okay.
Seems fair to me. But I won't pay $600 more. Because when you know, you know. Sierra. Shout out to Sierra for the plug.
Listen, one thing about it, I'm going to find a discount. I'm going to find a deal. I'm going to find a sale. Speaking of, y'all got the McDonald's app? Y'all still eat McDonald's? Well, Michelle, I know you don't, but Teray.
You know my ass eat McDonald's. And no, I don't have the app. I don't have the app. When I get to the are you using your app? No, bitch. I just feel like a true fat ass going. I'm like, yeah, I'm using my McDonald's app. No, just give me
because there's free stuff on there. I just learned about it, and like I just got the app, and there's so many free things on there. Right now, you can get a 10-piece nugget for $2.50. You can get a free fry of any size.
Well, when
I might have to.
Egg bagel.
Hold on, let me order the app.
Oh, you want to talk about breakfast sandwiches? Buy one breakfast sandwich, get one free.
Bagel. The steak egg bagel count?
Listen, I don't know. But
when I was pregnant, they still had it. This is before they took it off the menu. Before, I used to sneak over to McDonald's and get that bagel, and I was scarfing down my throat because it was
downloading.
Y'all are ridiculous. Have y'all
ever hearing a $2 10-piece?
No, hearing somebody's phone chime the McDonald's thing is like what kind of big bag shit is this? Like,
listen,
bitch. I'm doing it.
I got the
Now I'm
Tropical
hooked.
Cafe. I got Panera. I got Dunkin'. I got
Let me
Chick-fil-A,
see.
and I got McDonald's. I
I
don't
only
care.
got Chick-fil-A.
I need my coupons.
I have Chick-fil-A, Papa John's, because y'all know I love me some Papa John's, Starbucks, Dunkin', and then like Uber Eats and shit like that. I think that's it. And now I have McDonald's.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't
need
have
my
like a lot of
coupons.
food apps.
Yeah,
Let me give you
that's
guys
me.
another update. Wow. We were catching up. See, this is why people be like, the ADHD be running rampant. Because how did we get to McDonald's?
I'm sorry. Okay, last update. Go ahead. Shoot.
So I remember like our friendship episode. Whoever, Michelle, was you the one that mentioned Bumble Friends?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah,
Tiara mentioned it. I was talking about Hinge and she said Bumble.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, I got on Bumble Friends, right?
Ooh.
And I've been meeting some people, not in person. I haven't met nobody in person yet, but I've been talking to some people. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What do you say? Hey, girly.
Well, I be like swiping.
Hey, girly, you.
Yeah. But at least to go through and like the swiping, I can't get it right. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, damn it. I have to slowly do it. I'm old here. So I'm like, oh, I read through their profiles. Some people I'd be like, oh hell no. Next. Next. But it's actually been like pretty good. So we're gonna see. And I told my coworker about it, and then he got on it. Lord. And then he messaged me. He was just like, I blame you because now I'm over here supposed to be working, talking to people on Bumble.
Terry got all the people on the crack.
Listen, I'm gonna try Bumble Friends again. Because I was on Bumble Friends like a long time ago, and it was cool. Yeah, but it was more so for like networking business-wise. But I'll try Bumble Friends.
I ain't here to network.
Yeah.
Not necessarily like a networking, but I feel like a lot of people have the exact same issue.
Yeah.
I don't know how it is or like what people are looking for in different parts of the country, but I know in Atlanta, everybody's like sentiment is typically the same when you talk to them or when you read their bio. A lot of people, because it's more like a transplant city now, a lot of people you're like new to the city, so don't know anybody. Or the people that you do meet, there are a lot of old ass mean girls in Atlanta. Yes, Atlanta for itself is very like, can be very like mean girlish, cliquish, and superficial. So that kind of just like, ugh, I don't like that.
Want to be it girls, but nasty attitudes.
Yeah, so I don't necessarily like that. So, even from people's like little bio, I'm like, baby, if you give me that kind of vibe, next.
So what's in your bio?
I see that laptop in the bio, I'd be like, okay. I'm sorry.
What's wrong with the laptop?
I know that's not nice. The tech girlies be doing a lot.
Oh yeah, the tech girlies are.
They do a lot on Twitter, and I'd be like, I'm gonna mute this whole word because I'm tired.
Yeah,
I'm tired.
Terry, what's in your Bumble Friends bio?
Let me see. I don't know. Just like very basic things. I don't like certain things that I don't like about the app is you can only put a certain limit of things in each category. I'm like, but what if I didn't want to select that and I wanted to select something else, but also this one? So that's kind of annoying. But my profile is very like regular, basic things. Looking for friends. I love restaurants, bars. The shit that I like. And what I will be wanting to do with people, like, yes, let's go grab some drinks. We can go try a new pop-up bar. We can try a new restaurant, little things like that. We can go shopping. And I have my regular, like, social media on there. So I'm like, because, you only get a certain amount of time to, like, talk to people. And if y'all don't talk, you have to kind of, like, rematch. And it's just a lot of shit. But so far,
put yourself out there.
Yeah,
I am. I'm really trying to, like, stick to my goals and make shit happen. So on to today's main topic. Michelle, you are the star of the show because you are the only person that's dating. And I just have like so many like,
that's what you call it?
Yeah. What else is it? I mean,
right.
I'll call it dating. You can call it whatever you want to call it, but dating. From everybody that I know that is dating, everybody says it's ghetto. every single person.
Yeah, I
I'm
haven't
not
heard one
had one
positive
person to
thing.
be like, I love this. Like, I really feel like I'm figuring it out. I'm meeting new people. I'm finding my person. Like, I haven't heard anybody say that. Everybody's like, it's ghetto. End of story. No positives about it. Nothing. But you sent that video to our group chat, and we'll insert it for you guys so you can like hear or see what we're talking about.
You're in a relationship and your homegirl's not in a relationship. Is it okay for your man to make sure your homegirl is good? Like walking her to the car?
Whoa. And I'm not asking this to be inflammatory. A very serious discussion that I think we don't fully have is protection for women. Yeah. And what that protection looks like outside of just the willingness to inflict violence. Right. And so when we talk about your man being able to make sure your homegirl is good, it's like the qualities that you saw in him. Are you attempting to now bottle those? Do you not expect him to stand on his square when it comes to, because if that's your people, right? And most upstanding men I know support community on their shoulders. So it's like, I'm not saying he gotta buy all y'all drinks every time you go to the club, but it's like, I personally would like to be a man in a relationship where even if my lady people got a problem, she think to call me for it. You feel me? I'm not saying that mean I'm going over her homegirl house when her homegirl by herself and my girl don't know. That's not what I'm saying. But like walking her to the car, like that shouldn't even really be a question. I low-key don't care if like you a stranger. If I'm in proximity, like, and it's within, and she comfortable with me walking her to the car, I'ma do it because that's just how I was brought up. You feel me?
But basically, the question that was posed about basically your significant other, I guess, like kind of like looking out for your single friends or just like your friends in general. I don't know. I feel like the whole conversation, like when it was asked, it just seemed like it was an issue. Even though it wasn't like an issue for me, I was like, oh, duh, why wouldn't you do that? And the guy's response more so like putting it as like the protection of women, that we kind of like don't really get into that as much because I think that people operate more so from a sense of like jealousy almost. And that's how I feel like the question was posed. The question wasn't posed as like from a like actual concerning place. I feel like the question was posed in a sense of, you're a little bit jealous or that makes you uncomfortable, and kind of like maybe distrust is the word that I'm looking for. Yeah. From a place of distrust. And probably distrust on both sides. But I say all that to say, I want to get like your opinion, Michelle, on one, when you're dating someone or actively dating, when you're figuring it out, like, hey, these are the things or the qualities that I'm looking for in a partner. One, I guess we can start to unpack the whole thing. What are you looking for?
Oh, what? You wasn't ready?
You know, I am still, listen, I'm still figuring that out. Definitely emotional intelligence is at the top of the list. And I think that's like a blanket or like it's an umbrella term. But I want them to be in touch with their own emotions and able to like explain how they feel or be open to, I guess, exploring what it is that they feel. Having empathy, sympathy towards others, because there are some people who are just like, well, I don't give a fuck, it ain't me. And I don't want to be with somebody that's like that about like every single thing. Like, I've dealt with somebody who was just like, well, like, you know, shit happens. And I was just like, ew, I can't believe I like you. It was very weird, in retrospect. But I think one of the things, and I think I definitely mentioned this to y'all, that I've been thinking about lately is how this person respects other women that they are not romantically involved with. And I don't think, I can tell by a lot of people that I know that that's not something that's important to them, because I watch their partners disrespect other women. I watch their partners disrespect them, unfortunately. And I feel like that relates a lot to the video that we just showed. Because how can you say that you respect other women, or how am I to believe that you respect other women if something like waiting for somebody to go in the house, or making sure somebody's okay, like if they're around you, or just like being on your P's and Q's when you're around other women. If like you don't think about stuff like that, or you like, well, that ain't my bitch. Like that kind of stuff bothers me. And that was how I watched it. Like that's how when my first watch, that's what I got from it. While other people were like, yeah, well, why is my man waiting for this person to get to their car? Or why is my man walking this person to the car? It's like that was all you got from the video when you first watched it. So
Yeah.
and like a number of other things, like if you're a father, are you an involved father? Like what do you think involved means? Definitely like what you do in your spare time. Do you spend your time listening to podcasts of incels talking about why women don't deserve anything? Like not
Hey, that's
interested.
not fair. I'm a woman and I do that.
Sierra,
You're an asterisk. We're gonna call Sierra an asterisk. Like little mark, a little tick mark on the side. An asterisk. Like you just like to know things.
Yes, yo,
Yeah,
that
I'm
is
very
think
inquisitive.
you don't think that you ever like you really care about the opinions. I just think that you just nosy and you just like to know.
Yeah, I'm nosy and I just want to know what people think. Like I love to
Yeah.
hear different opinions and perspectives. Even if I think you're an idiot, I still want to hear it.
Yes.
Like Sierra, she could tell you what's happening on No Jumper. I'm like, what? Why do you listen to No Jumper?
Literally just
Why are
watched
you
a No
there?
Jumper interview today before we
See,
started this
like
podcast.
it just be a bunch about anything, and I just be like, why do you know this? Why do you know this person?
A literal thesaurus.
Literally, like Sierra wants to know, and I be on the opposite side. As we're like, please get this foolishness the fuck away from me. I don't want to be involved. Yes, like me, I'm like, just get me out the way. Her, she's like, please tell me more. Like she'll be that person that'll talk to an imbecile and just be like, really? And tell me more. I'm walking the fuck away.
I see why you think that, but that's not okay. But I get
And
it.
she be like,
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah.
But yeah, I think like
another thing that I wanted to mention too, because I changed my Hinge profile the other day. I needed to update it. But I was like reading people's Hinge profile and I was just like, why am I keep pressing X? Like even people who like me, I was like, this in a couple of years is going to be a study done about how people's self-esteem went down because they were not getting, and even, I'm sorry, I'm a Reddit girly. I go on Reddit. There's a Hinge like thing of people posting their profiles, and people are like, why am I not getting any likes? I'm telling you, it's going to be a study done about online dating and self-esteem if there isn't already. But as I'm reading people's profiles, I'm like, oh my God, this is regurgitated like conversations from Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I've heard this on the radio. I've heard this on a podcast. People don't have any personality. I'm like, I feel like the dating world is full of brunch boots and beige couches. Like there is nothing out there. Like brunch boots and aesthetics. That's all that comes out these niggas' mouths. Nobody has conversation. Nobody knows how to hold a conversation. I don't think I'm doing well on these online apps as well as I would want to, I guess. I don't really have a goal here. But I think it's because I want to go out on a date. They want to text me to death. I ain't got nothing for you, Playboy. I'm at work and then I'm taking care of my kid and then I'm going to bed because I don't like my bags to be hanging as low as my titties. Like I just.
So you would say like your not, I don't want to say issue. You would say like your take is you're showing up like authentically and trying to find X thing and being very specific about it. Whereas other people on the app or the people that may come across that could possibly need match with you, it's not the same. It's more from a just like more so trying to get attention rather than this is me, my first presentation of who I really am.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
The representative is at an all-time high is what you're saying.
And my mother just said this. Me and my mom just had a conversation about her dating life when she was younger. And she was like, the reason why, dating is so hard, I think, is because life is full of representatives. Everybody now is able to, they know what their interest is interested in. So they can rep the set. Like, they can rep the set real hard. And then you find out that they're a blank slate. And it's like,
Yeah, it's really easy to study someone if you find their social media.
It's creepy.
Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, I know she's into this. If I say this, even though I don't care about it, I know this will catch her attention. So boom, let's get into it.
And I really think that that's what be happening. Cause like this guy that like I talk to, like we're cool. Sometimes he say stuff and it be like he'll bring up something that's on my social media and I'm like, don't do that.
You're
I'll
watching.
cut you off. Yeah,
Okay.
like
Michelle, you have a tell and you just did it. When you really don't like someone, but you be trying to make yourself like them, you have a tell. When you describe them, you go like this. You know, we kind of doing this. It's your physical body is saying what your words are saying versus what you're doing. It's two different things. That's just like when Colin be like, "Oh, do you like something?" He be like, "It's okay." I just be like, "Then you don't like it." He be like, "What?" I said it was okay. I'm like, "You shrugged your shoulder." That says no. You do the
body language.
body language. You be like, "Yeah, I kind of, we're kind of cool." That means that you don't like them. And you're trying to make yourself like them by saying nice things. You could just be like, you know what, really, I ain't really feeling it. But
all of them, like not all of them, like everybody.
no,
like the last
your head bobbing is your tell.
Was.
You go like this, like Stevie Wonder, just slap some glasses on you and have you going like this. That's your thing. What you're saying is fine. But your body language be like, oh yeah, she don't like him. And sometimes when I'm talking to you and you be talking about your dating life, I'm like, I don't take it seriously or invest any interest in it because I'm like, you don't fucking like them. You don't like them. Move on. Next.
So what should I be doing? I gotta stop doing it.
You can't. You can't. Clearly, you can't stop doing it because it just naturally. You don't even notice. But that's your tell. When you really don't like something.
Spending time with you right now, and you're listening to this podcast. I like you. It's not you.
First of all, if she's spending time with you, please don't listen to this podcast.
Whoever that person is, you're smiling. You didn't bob your head, so clearly you like them. If you gotta hit the Stevie Wonder, you don't like them.
Two different people you was speaking about.
People, two completely separate body language. So I could just tell you right there.
Right. She started smiling, but she hit the little coy.
Hit that little.
Hit the shoulder lean. Like, girl, who is he?
Okay, so we won't talk about the head bob person. In relation to the little shoulder shrug, the person that you actually like. When you think about, okay, I met this person, however, whether it's naturally in person or from, one of the apps, when you meet people and then you already kind of have, everybody comes in with their checklist of things like, okay, these are the base level. This you get 5 extra points if you're in this section. This one you might get 10 extra points, and then these are the categories of things that are in the negative, taking points away. How do you assess like this is what I want, this is what I'm looking for versus who that person is? So certain things like empathy, what do you do? How do you get to know if that person does have the capability of being empathetic or sympathetic to others, has those qualities that you said that you're looking for?
I feel like it just comes up talking about like real life stuff, like talking about your childhood. I'll give an example. The last guy that I was seriously dealing with, don't hip hop. The last y'all know who I'm talking about. I feel like we talked about his childhood, his upbringing a lot. We talked about me a lot, my upbringing, my daughter, and it was like there were several things that he was just very cut and dry, very that's not really my thing. When we talked about crying or we talked about emotions, or I would y'all know me, I'm very let's work through this. And he was just like, I'm good, I'll get over it. That was a red flag to me. That's a red flag to me because I'm a talker. And I realized that just because somebody else is not a talker does not mean that person's just not for me. Gotta walk away. But I do think that you have to get to a certain point where it's you cannot force something out of somebody. If they are not interested in growing in that area, it's always going to be a wall that y'all crash into. So for me, I'll admit that early on I realized this is probably not my husband. This probably not the person that I'm going to get a relationship with, because I don't want to keep hitting this wall. And I've also I was raised by somebody who acted like that, and it was PTSD. So there are some things that I'm like, if it's gonna like reopen some wounds from my childhood, straight. Like I'm good. We don't need to do that. I think overall like conversations about their mother, like if I know that they absolutely adore their mother, if they have women friends in their lives that they're like involved in their life, and I don't feel like they giving off freaky frog vibes. Like I have been around men who have been open about, oh yeah, I got this friend, and I'm like, fuck her. If I feel like all your friends you fucked, I'm gonna be like, you don't have any self-control, and I can't be around people like that because you just horny. Like you are
dangerously horny.
Like your friends, dog, you don't got no good girlfriends. So like little stuff like that. But I think for the most part, like how I gauge, I just have conversation, and that's the problem that I've been running into kind of on the apps. Ain't nobody having a fucking conversation. Nobody. There's no conversation. It's just like jokes, topics. One of my friends, I was talking about her. She was talking to somebody on Hinge yesterday, and they were talking about like where they're from, and he started a whole argument about geography, about New Jersey. Like, oh no, this city is not in this county, and it's like, you don't even know me. Like, that's what you want to open this conversation?
Why are we talking about that? Like,
why
that seems weird.
All your responses, you're wrong. Like, you're trying to act like you're from somewhere you're not, and you thought that I wasn't hip. That was another thing. But yeah, I think for the most part, I just have conversation. And once I realized you can't hold a conversation, also, I don't want to be nobody text buddy. Like, I'm not interested in pen pals. And I have started to look and date in, you know, my little circle, my bubble of where I'm dating is now in the state that I live in. Because I'm not traveling into nobody. It ain't happening. I'm not really interested in long distance. If you more than 30, yurdy. I'm not interested. Not interested. Yeah. I think I answered.
Yes, that does answer my question. I just think like more so like to bring it back to the actual like content of the video. I feel like it could be hard for people who are online dating to really kind of assess those things about a person, because it's really hard to see like how a person that you're dating interacts with other women or will interact with your friends if it's kind of just an online thing. Like, you've only introduced one person to us?
Two. I mean, the person I was with for most of my adult life, and then
that nigga don't count. Fuck him. He don't count.
Well, yeah, the other person that y'all were like,
we was never. You know, but ain't never talking about that nigga.
Please.
But you said, who did I bring around? Yeah, I only brought one person around.
I'm not talking.
Okay, well, yes, I only brought one person. I still only brought one person outside of that person.
So yes, so in the entire in the entire 10 years that we've been friends, you brought one person around us. So I feel like it's fair to say that some things when you're dating a person, you just won't know until you actually you put them in certain situations.
Yeah.
So like when it comes to this whole like conversation about your man like looking out for other women, whether it's your friends or anything like that, it can be hard like dating, because that it may take a while before you feel like, okay, I like this person, I want to introduce them to my friends, and say like you really like him. And then there's a situation where I come meet you, I meet y'all because, you know, I'm like the authoritarian on Michelle. Like if they don't pass my vibe check, baby, he's a no. Pack your shit and go.
Well, not the last one, but the one that I introduced, she was like, I don't like him. Damn, OG, like,
listen, I'm not
even with that situation.
No, actually, did Tiara say she ain't like him?
Yeah, it was me. I was about to say Trey didn't even meet him in person.
I didn't even meet him. But the download that I got, I said, "Oh, baby."
Yeah, and
don't even.
Y'all know I'm very fair. I am very fair. Yes, so for me to be like, Michelle, no, baby.
Yeah, like don't even bring him in my direction, because you know I'm gonna chew him up. and spit him out.
That night he was drunk, and y'all are used to me being a butterfly. So for somebody to be like all on me like that,
No, it was not that. It was not even that. Like,
no. So from what I heard, it wasn't you. It was him.
Yeah, it wasn't you at all.
It
wasn't you at all.
wasn't you. It was just him. It was the way that he was talking. It was his vibe. It was his mannerisms. It just was a no.
And then the second time, I wasn't feeling that was no, that was a double no. Because the second time, I was like, oh no, that was like a couple weeks ago, maybe even like a couple months, whatever the span was. Let's just go into the situation even better. No, it was actually worse than the first one. So
I actually have met one other guy, and I didn't like him. So when we went after the baby shower, we went to dinner.
Woo. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Can I give a little like thought? I feel like I understand why single women don't really want to introduce someone they're getting to know to their friends. But I feel like that's why you have to know which friends you can like bring around. Like, for example, if Michelle is dating somebody and they're on their like, let's say 4th date and me and Teray are around, I would be okay with you being like, okay, y'all, let's all go get some drinks, invite him. We can all have conversations. We have husbands. Our husbands, listen, if they got an opinion, they listen. If you could kick it with them, then you could kick it, period. So
you can survive.
Yeah. And it doesn't have to be, oh, this is my man. It could simply just be like, oh yeah, this is such and such. We're getting to know each other. Let's just have a cool night. It doesn't have to be serious. And you know how we are. Like, we just like to have a good time. So I'm not going to be looking like, ooh, Michelle, you like him too much. Ooh, Michelle, he did this, he did that. No, we'll reconvene later on. Yeah. I think single women should be open to doing things like that. Like, okay, this is who I'm feeling right now. And yeah.
I've only wanted to bring one person around y'all like in the past year, and it just never happened. But I think actually they were supposed to come to Teray's wedding with me, but I don't think I'm opposed to bringing them around. I don't. I do think that because I have not, other than that person, been consistently dating one person. Like y'all hear about this person, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm out for drinks with this person, or like I've seen this person this weekend. I feel like if I bring too many people around, it's like.
Well, that's why I said you have to filter who you're bringing them around. Yes. We know that you're actively dating. That doesn't mean you hopping from dick to dick and Tom to Harry. That's not what that means. Right. Dating is dating. We're chilling. We're getting to know each other, whatever that might mean. So that's why you have to filter.
I think it's important to see how people interact around other people. Like, because you have some people. And I'm trying not to get like super off topic from the video. I promise I'm going to bring it back around town and it's going to make sense. Just if you're listening, you're watching, let the ADHD just follow it. Just don't ask no questions. Just follow it. And we're going to bring it back. I'm going to bring it back. I bring it back every time, but just we going up a mountain right now. I got you. But yeah, I feel like when you're dating, it's important you want to see how they interact around other people. Because like I said, like certain things you just will not know until you're in the situation, because their representative, it could really be what they want. Your external people aren't really invested in them. I don't care. I care about you. So if it's something I feel like, this ain't a good vibe, I don't like, my friend's body language around this person, or, anything like that. If I feel like you're acting different, it's not really anything about them. It's about you. Now, if they just do something egregious, then I'm gonna have to be like, that motherfucker gotta go. I try to, in my adult time, really just like, okay, this is about you. It's not really about the other person.
But I also think too, yes, you guys are dating, getting to know each other, but I don't feel like it has to be isolated. Kind of back to what I was saying before. Let them step into your world and then you step into theirs too. Like, that doesn't mean meeting mamas, but that means like, okay, you and your friends are going to a lounge. I'll pop up. Like, let me see what it gives. Like,
Yeah, I feel like it's important to see people in their element.
Yes.
Like you want to see it. You want to see it vice versa. You want to see how they operate with people that they know that they're comfortable with. And you want to also see like, okay, how do they operate with people that they don't know or they're not comfortable with, i.e. them meeting your friends or anything like that. But
Yes.
for this whole like dating conversation, when it comes to like respecting women, protecting women, all of that, you won't really know until that opportunity presents itself. Like,
yes.
so like for this situation, like there's been plenty of times where like it'll be me and Colin and one of y'all, or like, you know, multiple of us. I know at the end of the day, and I personally wouldn't have a problem with if, you know, me, him, and Michelle went out to dinner. I wouldn't have a problem if he walked Michelle to her car. I would not think twice about it. I would probably have more of a problem if he did not. You know, even if she was like leaving earlier, to make sure that she got in her car and she was fine. Like, okay, you got in your car, you drive away. Now, if we're all exiting at the same time, of course, make sure you get in your car. We get in our car. Let us know when you get home. I feel like that's very like basic principles. So it's weird and kind of off-putting to me that some women have such an issue with that. For that question to even come up, I'm just like,
yeah, I know I love to play devil's advocate.
I don't
really want to.
like that. I don't
like
have
it either,
such
but
a problem with that. Because to me, that just says part of it is like, if a man did that, it would be a red flag to me. Because to me, it's just like, oh, you don't give a fuck. To hell with what you got going on, girl. Somebody could be crouching tiger behind your fucking car. What you got going on? If something happens, you not my girl, so I don't care.
Yeah.
But I also look at it in a situation like my husband's friends. If I was in a situation or in like an area that they're in and he's not there, I don't have any like question or doubt that they would make sure that I'm good.
Right. It's like the host rule. You in my presence, I'm making sure you're good.
Yeah.
You can't go.
But I think that I feel like they will make sure I'm good. One, because it's just like I'm there, obviously. I'm his wife. And it really kind of it was kind of like for me, I look at it in this particular scenario, how they respect him. And that be the part. It's more so for me, it's more so the respect aspect. Like his friends respect him, so they're going to make sure, because I'm his wife, that I'm good. If there was an issue that came up and they didn't, like let's say they know that I'm in a spot, I leave and nobody makes sure like I got in my car good and something happened to me, he's going to be pissed. It might damn near be a fight, because what the fuck is going on? Because he would do the same thing if the roles were reversed, because of the respect that he has for his friends. So really that's what it kind of boils down to for me. If a man did that and, you know, it was somebody you're introducing to your friends or whatever, I would take it as like, you kind of don't like, do you not respect the person that you're with to make sure people that she cares about are taken care of? I'm not looking at it from a perspective. You don't have to pay the bill. We're not talking about that. We're talking about just general like safety.
Yeah,
I agree, but I also think that this is so many levels to this. Now, in our world, we are really, really friends. Okay, we are really, really friends. Sometimes these bitches don't be friends, and what do these bitches do? They pillow talk to they naked, and they be talking about said friend that they really don't like. So the nigga already is looking at them like, oh, that girl, she this, that, and the third. I don't trust her, so I'm not even going to be overly friendly with her. I'm going to just be like, oh, hey, what's up? And keep it moving. I ain't offering to take nobody to their car. I ain't offering this. I ain't offering that. That's because of how people's friendships are. I feel like a lot of times men pay attention to how you deal with your friends. And if you deal with your friends in a certain light, well, what you expect from him? Like, he's not going to be upfront and be like, yeah, because my girl, we was laying down last night and she said this about her friend. But I think you can almost tell, like, I think every man has favorites within their woman's friend group. Like, you can tell the women that, or the friends that your spouse really fuck with versus like, oh, that's their friend. You get what I'm saying? And I do feel like whether it's right or wrong, there are going to be levels of how they treat or react to that person. Now, something as simple as walking them to the car, making them make sure they got in their home is one thing. But I also think that I can't blame a man if he says, I just didn't want to give anybody ideas or be overly friendly because I know that said friend is X, Y, and Z because my girl said, so I'm staying clear. You get what I'm saying? And these are real life situations. And I feel like with women too, some women might not want their man to do things like that because the truth is a man could do one nice thing like opening the door and these bitches will think, oh, he was trying to talk to me. So it sucks either way.
Yeah.
Like, you get what I'm saying? I feel like
that would also be my job to be like, I believe him. I believe you. He did try to open the door for you because he's a gentleman. Like my goddaughter's father, he opened the door for us all the time. Like he comes to our house to maybe like stop by or something.
But y'all are really friends.
Yeah, but I'm saying in general, like even when we first met him, his first time coming to the house, he taking out the garbage and we all like, yo, we just chilling. He like, I mean, I just seen it, I just gotta do it. Like I'm the only man here, you know, gotta hold it down. Like that's just him. So I just feel like in a way, it is just how some people are. And then there are people who just don't think about it. For me, when I'm dating, I want somebody who is like conscious of like, I want them to be like conscious of like these things. I want them to always, I want a protector. So in being a protector, I want you to I don't want you to like go to bat for everybody. I'm not saying you need to fight in the club if somebody start wilding. Like I don't want that. I want you to know that my people are good. When we around you, you got us. Or, you know, if I leave my kid, you got my kid. Or if we in a place and I got the girlfriend brain on, I don't have nothing to worry about. And I can't possibly feel that way if we around your mother, cousin, sister, god sister, somebody else, you know, distant relative, and you just like whatever. Like somebody who's not like vigilant or like not concerned, I think in general about other people is just not the person for me. Especially like trying to bring it back into the conversation, especially because like I work in the helping profession and like y'all, like I'm passionate about a lot of the stuff that I do. If I'm talking, I feel like that translates into other parts of the relationship. If I'm talking about like my concern for people and like things that I like to do and like something in like an effort that I would like to like, you know, work at or like, you know, invest in, you're probably not interested because all you worried about is self. And I don't think that you can be selfish in one area of your life and not selfish in others. I think that like it definitely leaks into the other parts of who you are. And I just don't want that type of person. Like that's not the type of like partner that I want. And I'm saying that from somebody who did try to date somebody who was like they would talk about wanting to be a giving person, but like I ain't never seen you give shit in your life. So are you really that person? Or is this something that sound good? Like, are you a representative?
I get that. I just think that it can be kind of hard to figure that out 100% when you're first getting to know somebody just because of so many different factors.
Yeah, I feel like when you first get to...
Go ahead.
I mean, I feel like when you first get to know somebody, of course, you're never going to know everything. But I am the kind of person that as soon as those like red flags start to present themselves, where you start to really see that, oh, this person really isn't what they said they was about. You know, if somebody said that they're like, you know, a selfless person and they put other people's needs and stuff before their own, if you start seeing consistently like, okay, you had an opportunity to do X, Y, and Z and you did not multiple times, then okay, that's not really who you are. You're showing me exactly who you are. It's your responsibility to be like, okay, I see said red flag. I know that doesn't align with me. Y'all know that's my favorite thing. If it doesn't align with who the fuck I am,
you gotta go.
Out of here. Yeah. Snip, snip, ho, you got to fucking go. So it's just like, that's Michelle's responsibility to be like, this doesn't align with what I say that I want, especially if you're looking for a long-term relationship, then just cut your ties right then and there. Don't keep trying to ignore something thinking that it's going to change, because it ain't. The first time somebody show you who they are, that is who they are.
Yeah.
But I think
and too, like with men, like I was talking to somebody and I was just telling them, like, we've been friends for a long time. I was telling him about something that was going on with me and my mom, and he like, listen, like lecture me. He was like, you know, our parents are this and that, and like other than that, you know, look at her like she's another person. You need to have grace. And I was like, you're right. And I don't know that if I mentioned that to like person B or person A, they would have had that same conversation. They could have probably been like, like, you know, yeah, you gotta get out of that. I don't want somebody to always agree with me. I don't need
Right.
somebody to always be like, yeah, fuck that bitch, not my mom. But like, I don't need to like
Yeah.
fuck that bitch kind of person. I need somebody to tell me about myself. And that, even in how I was like talking about the situation with my mom, that could have been a turn off from them too. Like, I have to be conscious of that. Like, they could have picked up on that and been like, oh, they don't deal with their mom. But I was able to receive what they were saying, and I turned it off. I switched the game up. Like, I'm not gonna react in that way ever again because they're not going for that. So like, even if like I give people grace, but I also need to learn how to not give them so much grace where I'm betraying my boundaries and the things that I want in a partner. Because no, it's not going to be like automatic, but like after the second time, girl, give it up. This is who they are.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm so happy I don't have to date. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Because I just know like my personality, I will be alone. I would be just like a dog lady. Like, So I commend you for actually like still like continuously putting yourself out there.
It's fun.
Because yes, like there are fun aspects, but I mean, I also know the real. I talk to you every day. So when it's not fun,
it's ghetto.
It's just like it's ghetto. Or when you meet people and you just like, are you effing serious?
Yeah.
It's like, start again. Another one bites the dust.
I feel like I'm learning something new every week. Like this past, I say like the past, I got ghosted. I'll admit, I got ghosted in one situation, and it was weird, especially because like me and that person just exchanged "I love yous." Very strange, but it is what it is.
I'm confusion.
Yeah, me too, girl. Me too. But I have vowed, I promised myself I wasn't gonna turn cold. I was gonna stay sweet, and I was gonna stay the lover girl that I am, because that's okay. Like, people make certain decisions because they are not ready for certain things, and that's not my responsibility. It's also not my responsibility to open the door back up when they come back around. If they come back around, it's okay. That's a boundary. Because in my last relationship, I said I'm only giving people one time to tell me that they don't want me, they don't want this, and they don't want to work hard at it. And that's it. I didn't keep my promise before, but now I'm keeping my promise. But also another thing I've noticed is men are cut and dry. Like, if they want to do something, if they want something, they're going to do it with no regard for other people. And I'm not saying I'm going into like the future just like not having concerns for anybody else, but I'm not going to betray myself. Men don't betray themselves. They go for what they want. They do what they want. And I'm going to start doing the same thing. I'm going to start saying what I want. And that's just it. Because I don't do that. And I had to admit to myself that it's like, girl, reel it in. Like, say exactly what you want. And the other day, somebody was like, damn, nigga, like I said something. And he was like, act like a lady. And I'm like, I am. But like, this lady feels like this in a moment. And I want you to, it's better that you hear it than for me to like hide it.
Right. Like, it's that representative shit.
And that's what I was about to say. Do you feel like your representative shows up in certain areas?
For sure.
And do you feel like when you're dating people, do you feel like, I guess like sometimes men's responses to, the things that you say, like you being more like open and vocal about things, do you think that it's hard for them to receive it because they're so used to other women that they've dealt with dealing with their representative and not actually them?
The latter, what you said.
Yeah, because I feel like even that comment, like, damn, be a lady. What the fuck does that mean? Are you so used to just people like, oh, I'll have a salad, and now I'm here ordering a steak, and you looking like, what the hell? I'm only used to bitches who eat salads.
Look, if you ain't got it, I pay for my own food. Like, but this will be our last date. But I think that they're so used to other people showing up as their representative, and it's like, no, I'm vulnerable. I'm open about certain things. I'm a little unhinged, and I do think that sometimes I have shown up as my representative because I be thinking sometimes like, damn, I know a lot of my family members, like the women in my family are wild. Like they're crazy. But a lot of them are married as well. They crazy asses is married. But I'm not gonna lie, I've fallen into that whole like, damn, am I so unhinged that I'm not gonna get married one day? Like, I'll be wilding. Like, do I need to tone myself down? Like, I've watered myself down before. I'm not gonna lie. But like, I also know people really fuck with the real me. So I just have to stop watering myself down.
Good. I want you to do that. Like, stop letting your representative show up. Like,
yeah.
But also,
you
in a
don't need her.
situation like this, well, yeah, no, you don't need her. But in a
I feel
situation
like
like
save your
that, when a man
representative for
says,
like a job.
Yeah.
Don't save it for
not
like, don't
even
save it
that.
for like when you're trying to find a partner, because which one of y'all said it? Like, sometimes you gotta let your like crazy, you gonna see this side to me one day.
Yeah.
So let me just let you know. It gets a little crazy.
But
Like,
what I was gonna say was basically like, I understand that like as women in general, we can be defensive when a man is telling us how we should act, right? But me, I'm kind of curious. Like, yes, that would have pissed me off, but I also would have been like, what is being a lady? Because I could tell you what being a man is to me. So what does being a lady mean to you? And I feel like situations like that will also like kind of redirect the conversation so that you can really see what type of man he is and what he values. You get what I'm saying? So if being a lady is being barefoot and pregnant, then I ain't no damn lady.
I ain't
I'm
no
sorry.
fucking lady.
You get what I'm saying? So I feel like, yes, you can still take it as disrespect, but also like, what are we really talking about here? Because I feel like there was like a little underlying conversation that could have been brought to the surface. You know what I mean?
That hand gesture is crazy.
Oh, this. Whatever this is, it's heavy.
A sack or something.
But when Teray was talking about like how shitty the dating scene is now, and I'm not gonna lie, all my friends say it too, but I think in my head I'm like, on both ends of the spectrum, because you're dating as an adult who is woke and you know who you are and you're self-aware, it's a lot harder to date because I don't want to say you know your worth and you know what you're looking for, but it's like you're already set in your way and you're not going to take any shit. It's a lot harder to compromise. But at the same time, for somebody like me who dated very young and was in a relationship very young, I wasn't who I am today. So even for me, you still have to date your spouse if you've been together this whole time, you know, this long amount of time from 19 to 30. That's a long time. You know how many times I've changed within that time period? So it's like,
yeah,
yes, it's hard to date now, but to also, even if you would have dated somebody and been with them for the past 10, 15 years, you still have to relearn them and redate them because you're never the same. You're not the same person who you were 10 years ago or 5 years ago. So I don't want you to feel like, you know, any sort of way, because each come with challenges. And that's why I developed the mindset that like, I'm never going to 100% know my husband. He's never going to 100% know me, because we both are constantly changing and growing and evolving. And if you're not, then to me, that's where the problem lies. And I think when you date younger, well, not date, when you get in a serious committed relationship younger, a lot of times some people can't handle it, because when that person steps into their own, and it's like, well, who the fuck is you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that was definitely an issue in my last relationship. It was like, oh, you changed, you're not that person no more. Like, you're a dummy. We was together
And
when
I shouldn't be.
14.
And you should be okay with that.
Yeah.
So I think there's like, you know, beauty within both.
Yeah.
So, but dating as a an adult woman, and it's like, you know, in your 20s right now, you're unlearning all the things you've ever learned about dating and about men. And you're realizing things for yourself. So I'm pretty sure it's interesting. I know I'm always interested because I'm inquisitive. I'll be like, Michelle, what's going on? I don't want to date, but I want to be in your dating life.
I'm not tied down to one person. I'm not like, oh, I can't date this other person because I'm dating this other person. Or I'm like, hanging out with this other person. Girl,
I feel like, do you have a cap? Like, okay, I am only going to date 3 people at one time.
No, I didn't. I there's never like. I don't think I've reached a point where it's like out of control. So
Yeah,
But just like
but
hypothetically, if you were just like, okay, they're like, if I go like, I would say like if you go on a date and it's just like it don't work out and it's like okay, done. I'm not necessarily dating that person, but if it's just like okay, these are the 3 candidates like I really like, I've gotten to know and weed people out. These are the 3 people that I really like them. Would you say okay, I'm only going to pursue, this is my cap. I'm not interested in anything else. I'm just focused on like these top 3, and as they fall off, if they do, then now I'm going to narrow it down. That's what I mean, like cap, not just like if Tom, Dick, and Harry ask you out on a date, like, oh no, I can only date 3 people this month.
Yeah, I think like 4. I think 4, maybe like 3 or 4, especially because it's like I don't have that much time. but I think
yes,
more
you
than
do.
that,
time is made up. You have time.
They got to make times to fit into my time. Here we go. But I think 3 or 4 is like fair. You're lucky if you get 3 or 4. But I also think that people are afraid to admit that because there's this thing like, oh, you got a roster, you pimping. It's like, no, I'm dating and I'm like seeing what's out there because I'm also learning what I like and what I don't like by dating multiple people, dealing with multiple people. You might say something that I've never heard before and I'll be like, never want to hear that shit again. I can't deal with that. And now we're moving forward. I'm just weeding through. Like, we can talk about it. If it's not received well, next. But how will I know if I don't spread my wings? If I'm only dating one person at a time? Like, no.
Yeah.
One person.
I think the whole roster thing really like kind of like what Sierra said. As far as like unlearning things. If you're still talking about a roster or something right now in your 30s, baby, shut the hell up.
Please.
Go do that. Go sit on that lady couch. Go sit on that lady's couch and unpack that. Because I feel like anybody like self-aware person, especially right now, it's not like a roster. And I think like anytime anybody says that, to me, it's kind of just like a negative connotation, connotation, not condensation.
Not precipitation.
A negative connotation to it because it's just like it insinuates that you're fucking all of them. And it's like, I'm not. Going out on a date is just that. Like and even if I was, it's none of your business.
Your business, right? Exactly.
It's none of your business. But when people say that, I feel like that's what they kind of are, what they're trying to say. It's like that's what you mean, and it's like that's not that. So I can't deal with nobody that does that because you need to go unpack that, and maybe there's some things that you need to unlearn and really kind of realize what dating is.
Yeah,
that's the main thing. A lot of people don't understand what dating versus being in a relationship versus, all of these things have titles. And I know our generation, they don't like titles and all these things. But guess what? Words have meanings. And I like the titles because I want to know what box you have to fit in.
Yeah.
And once people understand that dating is getting to know people and just enjoying your time with them, that doesn't mean committed. You're dating.
Yeah. I just wish that I could bring people around y'all without them being like, "Oh, like, do you think that that's too much?" No, nigga, you just my friend. Come on, you want to get?
I feel like you can do that.
We're not just friends. That's a stretch, but
yeah, I feel like you can do that. But for you to preface with them, it's just like, look, this is not an interview. This is not like you have to. Please leave your representative at home. Just be normal, because once you get here and start being weird, I'm just like, bitch, what's wrong with you? Like, just like be yourself. We can never like really move forward to the next stage if I can't bring you around my friends.
Yeah, and my friends,
and vice versa.
Goes around.
Yeah, it's just like
We'll see.
Well, I wish you more dating success. I hope that it really goes like well this year. I feel like your energy this year.
I'm gonna break up my fiance.
Okay.
But
put back up when it go down.
I've always told Michelle that she's gonna meet her husband in the most random place. Probably. Like it's gonna be so like and I always say Trader Joe's. You're gonna meet him in the most random place, and it's gonna happen like quickly. You are gonna be that person that like meets him and get engaged in 6 months. Like that is you. That's you, and that's your personality. It's not gonna be no head rolling about it. It's just gonna be, I met him, I'm madly in love with him. Boom, we're engaged.
And guess what?
And it's like, okay,
like, Charles, your lunch is
ready.
Oh no.
Like, I just know that that's like how you're gonna be, and I feel like your energy right now is much different than it has been in the past like 2 years.
Oh yeah, for sure. I love that you're a lover girl and you're okay with being a lover girl. Like I love that.
So I feel like now a shift is happening up in there. So it could very well. I mean, y'all know I'm usually very spot on about these things. I'm spot on about pregnancies, and I'm spot on about like relationships. I don't be wrong. I've been right. I've been right for a long time. I told Michelle, I was like, you're gonna be married in 2025.
I love that. Wait.
And I said that like 6 months ago.
Oh, hold on.
Well, you need to get your uterus planning together because you can't miss 2 weddings.
That's what I'm saying. I already told y'all I'm having a kid in 2025. Hold on, let me do the calendar. I want to have. Okay, we'll talk about this later. We'll coordinate.
Yeah, so we'll coordinate. But 2020, however it happens, 2025 is when it's going to happen. I've been saying that for at least like the past 6 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I approve this message.
We shall see, but this is going to be a very like rapid succession.
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel like this is a whole nother topic, but at our big age, if you meet somebody and the vibes is vibing and the love is loving, I don't think you need that much time to know if you want to marry them or not. We're grown.
Just be like, I like you and I want you.
And I want you. We could do this the easy way or the hard way. The choice is yours.
So like, let's keep it simple.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. I'm staying hopeful. I'm having fun for intentional fun. I'm not like the men be like, I'm looking for I'm looking for something.
Yeah, if you're looking for nothing, you ain't looking for her.
Yeah, stay away. This boy really told me, he was like, I want to take you out, but I don't want to waste your time because we're not looking for the same thing. And I was like, all right, well, we've been talking about this going out for like years. Like I met him literally as soon as I moved to Delaware, and we're finally just now about to go out for a drink because I was like, honestly, it won't hurt. Like I understand you're looking for different things. Let's just go get a drink. I ain't got no friends.
It's been years and he's still not looking for a relationship. I'm confused.
Child. I think he's just looking for something at home. And I'm about him a doll or something because it ain't me.
Listen.
He got
him a pocket
fertile.
Not fertile, myrtle.
Yeah. I mean, she lost me at pocket cooch. Like my thoughts just like left my mouth. As soon as she said that, just like, yeah, just that whole sentence I had queued up, gone. So we've been asking you guys to send us your like questions, comments, write us a little letter or whatever. So we finally got our first letter. Michelle, read it.
Okay. So for the purpose of the letter, I'm going to name these people Julie and Tanya. Julie writes in and says, my close friend Tanya and I have been friends since we were 18. I'm 20, she's 22. Upon me telling her I wasn't interested in dating right now, she said, so basically you can't find anyone. I brushed past it, not wanting any arguments. She later asked what I look for in a guy, as I told her, and my basic standards would be respect that goes both ways, us versus the problem, not me versus you, likes dogs, because she obviously has 3, general good hygiene, decent level of fitness, not necessarily the aesthetic, but she's heavily into the gym and fitness, so she wants someone to match that. Driven, hardworking, for example, has a goal, drive, what they want to do with their life. She told me that Tanya told Julie, she's never going to find a guy because she's asking for far too much. And if they were to lower their standards, they'd find a lovely guy. The only standard should be compatibility. If she did lower her standards, she wouldn't be lonely for the rest of her life because that's where she's headed. Later that evening, her brother, Julie's brother, messaged her with the screenshot from Tinder with her photos. And it says that it's her profile, as if she had just made a profile, asking whether it was her. And as I assumed, due to similar ages and locations, we matched. So her and her brother matched. I don't like the idea of dating apps, she says, and my family knows this. It was a whole lot of back and forth. Turns out that the friend, Tanya, made a dating profile on her behalf to find a good guy for her. Update, they found multiple, at least 20 people at this point. She was absolutely fuming and made it clear to her. So Julie tells her that she was upset. Tanya says that she was helping her out and knew that it would be good for her as a friend. Julie's response to her is, just because all she looks for is a penis and a pulse, it doesn't mean that she does too. She blocks her from all her platforms and won't take the profile down. What say you? There's an update, but the update is going to have y'all fuming.
My first thing, your friend don't have no respect for you.
None.
And no boundaries.
That's what I got from it. No boundaries, a complete like lack of respect. Because to do that, to tell me that I'm asking too much, that wasn't like a long list. Now, if she was just like, oh, he's got to make 6 figures and he got to have a Cartier watch and he got to do X, Y, Z, like all of these things, like, yeah, then that would be asking for too much. But to ask for very basic things, it's just like, what are you talking about? I have an issue with people that want dumpster trash for everyone. It's just like, what do you get by tearing your friend down to be like, oh, you're going to be lonely? Because it's obvious that you're looking for something. You're interested in finding a good quality partner. You're doing the things that you're supposed to do. You should walk into any kind of situation with a set of standards. Like, sure, there may be things that they might not have all the way. Like if you like to work out and they necessarily don't be in the gym 5 days a week, it's not to say that they could never go. So like those things, yes, you can compromise on that. But to just be like, as long as you got a hard dick, I'm cool. I could deal with that. It's very just like, what are you talking about?
Somebody to lay next to.
Yeah, just like a warm body. And I just don't understand that. But your friend definitely don't have an ounce of respect for you. Now,
not an ounce of respect.
I feel like a conversation should be had and more so geared around that, because it's an issue within the friendship. My perspective, they ain't no friendship. That ain't your friend. That is not your friend.
She's probably a low-key hater.
That's a hater. That's not your friend at all. That is class A hater. Get her the fuck away from you in that relationship completely, because it's never going to go well.
Nope.
Never going to go well.
It's giving misery loves company, because where's your man?
Yeah.
And
for somebody that has that much energy and time to make a whole another dating profile just to be like, oh, see, I'm gonna prove you wrong, if you just accepted the bare minimum that, oh, you look cute, I look cute, boom, we a match made in heaven. That, like, why are you trying to prove whatever point that you're trying to prove is wrong? Now you just really expose yourself.
They're 20 and 22. If you just want a man that you're, humping and dumping with, that's your business.
But
if your friend is looking for somebody long term and has actual standards that they want to set for their love life, that's their business. Both are fine. It's your life, your choice. But one shouldn't be judging the other. And no boundaries, no respect. Couldn't be my friend. Sorry.
I would be curious as to, like, what do you assume about me that you think that having somebody is that high on my priority list, that you went so far as to make this profile about me? Like, do I give miserable? Do I give like I need somebody? It's just very strange, especially at 20 and 22. If somebody did that to me, immediately cease and desist, and I'm filing a restraining order. Because why are you wilding? You're doing too much.
Yeah,
at
and
20,
I'm reporting you for stolen identity.
Yeah, at 20, at 20, I would have just slapped the shit out of you, because what the fuck is wrong with you? I wasn't enlightened. You're talking about 20 and 22. I would have put my hands on you, because you like that's I'm very
That's just
big
disrespect.
on boundaries and respect. Like that's some kind of disrespect. Like, girl, I'm gonna beat your ass.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna beat your ass on this
Julian,
train.
good luck. I really hope that gets resolved because that's not your friend. And I think that when you're young, you do stuff like that, and it doesn't make it okay.
It's not funny.
At all. And it's okay to have boundaries within your friendships. Like, no.
Yeah. And it's just like, she showed you who she is. Believe that shit. Because
the first time.
One thing about it, a miserable bitch will always take you down with her.
For sure.
Kick that bitch off the boat while you can. And you sail on to happier things.
Do her ass like Rose did Jack. Ain't no room for you on this door.
Sierra,
let that bitch float in the ocean. Let her go.
I gotta call y'all back. My refrigerator running away. Cause what? What?
Yes.
Yeah, I just think it's unfortunate, especially it's a testament to like, I think what the girlies think of themselves, the girlies in their mid-20s, but I think that's gonna be a whole nother conversation for another day.
Yeah, but
I think that people are just not.
We can help the youth another day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can help the youth another day.
Episode 17, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know about these kids. I can't do it. For quite.
But it honestly,
wait.
I'm gonna just leave this here and mark it so we can revisit it. But like, it's honestly not even younger girls, and I can clearly see where they get it from. Like, just to have a hand to hold, it's crazy to me. Like, I'm just not gonna do certain things just to have somebody. I'm not. That's not where I am. I'm sorry. And if that make me sound like, I'm gonna be lonely for the rest of my life, well, at least I ain't got a raggedy nigga laying next to me. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, this was an interesting conversation. I'd be so curious to know like about your dating life, and I need to start asking like very like intentional questions because I'll let you lead the conversation. But yeah, no, I'm gonna gain your shit this year. Don't worry about it. So I'll be having questions that need answers. So I think this was a great episode. I enjoyed the conversation. I hope you guys did as well. And yeah, until next time in episode 6, we're getting closer to this being like a real serious thing. Yeah. But yes. Bye.